Canada and its slaves. That's right. This video is entirely all about the actual war on America perpetuated by Canada. As it really is, we myth bust so many narratives in Canada in one fell swoop. The myth is Canada, Canada the illusion, Canada the corporation. All of you now cut down today, as I've been preaching and teaching for 7 straight years, not only by the mainstream, called a lunatic, a fanatic, a minority. Oh, dismiss that guy. Dismiss that guy and what he says. Dismiss him by all Canadian established. That's all those sworn to the crown. But so many of you who jump on all of these lies that have been myth busted now on AI, that nobody can deny, that all Americans know deep in the pit of everything they are, they know. And better than that, we have a president of the United States known as Donald J. Trump, who knows it without a doubt, knows it, sees it, and is ready to finish Canada off. And people are going with the conservative will save me, the liberal will save me narrative, none of which is remotely true or accurate. None of it true or accurate. And it's there now. Now in AI, very well articulated. Any of you can go look it up. You will learn the truth of what a slave is. Not Canada Corporation, or not Canada with Securities Commission registered and you're all somehow assets of a corporation. That's the cuckold's way of saying that somehow a human being could even be an asset. That in fact, a human being is not an asset of a corporation, but a slave of an elite. Which makes sense more to you? Human beings being defined legally as property of an elite class known as the Crown, and you Canadians are all their property, and that your property as subjects registered in the USA through the security commissions, because they don't accept that narrative. Not only do they not accept it, it's illegal in the United States, and that any country that wishes to trade and operate in the United States will be registered in such a way, and they will have an onus and accountability while in the United States of America. Folks, all the banking institutions in Canada that operate in the United States of America are operating as a pyramid scheme, a complete monopoly in absence of everything that's American law. And they're getting crushed and caught now by the Security Exchange Commission. And any Americans who get in bed with Canadian institutions, who put their assets and value their money in the Canadian system, will be subject to Canada's probate laws, not United States of America's probate laws in the United States. This is the war Donald J. Trump is fighting, and he's going to win. It's entirely everything truthful that I've been preaching and teaching for 7 straight years, denied by so many who fall into radical propaganda by, in fact, your crown. These are all peoples who lie and stray from the very real truth of our crown, that now is backed up by AI entirely. In the link of this title, you will find it all. You will find the reality of Mark Carney, who's selling truth to Donald Trump, that we will pay your tariffs. I will whip the slaves of Canada, known as subjects. I will tax them. I will borrow against them. I will print money against all of them to ensure your tariffs are paid so that our Canadian institutions can go on. Canadians will pay. Canadians will pay. Donald Trump says, go ahead and try that. I know that within 2 years you'll be bankrupt, but you go ahead, Carney. I can't stop you, but I can certainly stop Canada from spreading forth into America. And I know I will bankrupt by economic force this economic force. And in 2 years' time, you will run out of your elbows up room, elbow room. You will have nothing left. And this country will be so devalued and bankrupt, you will have no choice but to become a State of the Union. Now there's the Pierre Poilievre, who's just as corrupt in this pyramid scheme, financial monopoly system known as Canada, a backdoor for all wealthy elites. Mark Carney and Pierre are not alone. All their 9 kingdoms, most of the world uses that backdoor called Canada into the United States to destroy America, and it's not going to work. Pierre's way is much longer than Mark Carney's. He's going to try to bet himself with China, as he already did the China FIPA deal. He did that with Harper. If you don't believe it, look at his vote. But the Liberals went on with it too. Mark Carney promises Trump a whole different path that Trump wants, because he knows that's the end of Canada quicker. Pierre Poilievre is going to try to embed himself with the BRICS nations. If you don't believe me, already go look at everything through Brookfield that Mark Carney signed off with for Brazil, that Pierre Poilievre himself is heavily invested with. BRICS nation absolutely against the United States of America, going around the United States of America. The Security and Exchange Commission has caught it. Those Americans involved on that Canadian division, everything that they've put in from their stuff in America will not be protected by American probate laws, but be subject to Canadian probate laws. This is why so many are myth busted. You've got lots of Canadians following many lunatics trying to sell you on all these other narratives except the very real truth and the accountability America's enforcing on Canada that they're making them do. Pierre Poilievre can slow it down. He can create trade opportunities with those against America, but the same effect will still happen over Canada. It will not stop the fact that Canada's financial system is going to be destroyed in the United States of America, eaten. And when it does go bankrupt, it's the Canadian banking systems that will have to be sold on pennies on the dollar to all the American ones, where the American people are protected, where inflation does not go with the borrower, but goes with the lender. And absolutely that will be the end of Canada and its slave crown system. All first class will be destroyed, as they are in Canada. They will be forced to adopt the American system. How is that going to be forced? It's called statehood. Canada, the 51st State of the Union. If anyone thinks that they get to run away, Quebec, Alberta, and you're going to continue on as the proverbial slave master, as the narrative of the Speech of the Grassroots, 1960, Malcolm X, if you think that America's going to give you your independence so you can continue on as the house Negro with all your field Negroes, you're sadly mistaken. And you have failed to understand what is America and what is you and your country and your elites' war on America that is now at the end of its line, at the end of its lifespan. It's game over, Canada. AI spills it out for you easily. All of those things I've been preaching and teaching for 7 straight years as a part of a group of economists that were a 12% minority, a joke, laughed at across this country and throughout the British Empire, so to speak, and those 9 kingdoms with the swath majority. But America today has woken up to legal speak, and they have found in their civics their entirety, the soul of their nation, and they know now at the highest level institutions that are the United States of America. And it is President of the United States who holds all power over international law and treaties globally and worldwide, with the most mightiest military in the world, with the most mightiest of financial systems in the world, bar nobody else. Now, Russia's right on board with USA too, but do they have that sway and force? Sure, they got it militarily, but they don't have it financially. USA does, but they will go forward. And if you haven't seen Putin's latest statements backing up Donald J. Trump and the United States of America and their narratives over Greenland and the Arctic, you should go look at it. Canada, you're surrounded. Your system evil that does threaten to destroy the United States of America. And yes, through your slave system, you make sure you can defeat America financially. You can, especially with all of that in the world majority elites who are your people lined up at your door, back door into America to destroy the American people and destroy their financial system, their we the people's right to financial systems. That threat is very real, and that threat has been successful, at least in some of the Democrat Party. Absolutely blind old Joe Biden. Kamala Harris, without a doubt. Hillary Clinton, sure, WikiLeaks shows it. But more than that now is all the rest. Outside of all of that, public for the whole world. AI polls it, narrates, and says, yes, emphatically, this is accurate. This is absolutely opposite to what is America and everything that's the American people and the greatest source of financial threat to America, a economic war against America that America's been losing for some decades, up until what? Donald J. Trump, the most mightiest of presidents the United States has seen in a very long time, that will win this war, is winning this war. And academia supports it from the left and the right. And those Democrats that were not on board are silenced now. They're on board. They're quietly on board. And it's Canada who's going to lose hard. And that back door into the corruption and destruction of America is going to be closed, meaning America's going to win this war that's largely led by Canada. That's right, led by Canada financially. And it's game over. If people don't see it, you will see it. It is undeniable, absolute, and right in front of our faces. You're going to see much in this next month during Canada's election cycle. You're going to see the economic destruction of this country. And no matter of bailouts, subjects to subsidize to bail out is going to save you your dollar in the long run, your system in the long run. It's game over. And it will be the American banking and financial institutions buying up all the Canadian ones that were trying to corrupt America, were promising to destroy America, will be bought pennies on the dollar. And you will see the begging of statehood. God bless everybody. That's my video. Undeniable. I now have AI in my corner, preaching and teaching all the things that I've been teaching all of you for 7 straight years, is supposedly a fanatic and a lunatic. It wasn't so long ago I was laughed out of conservative circles, shunned and stripped and made fun of for talking about First Nations, the nations within the nation, and how we could go forward, even in Alberta independence. I was laughed at, mocked. And they said, with what magic wand and what system could you ever find anything like that? Well, it's absolutely the United States. It's been around for 105 years, assholes. And guess what? Now you go through AI. Guess what AI says? Absolutely. That now the minority, the lunatic fringe that they called me, at least in the Crown system, and in the Nine Kingdoms system that is majority in this world today, I'm now the majority. My teachings are the majority. And you are the 5% minority, which you've always been in your monopoly of force, in your monopoly system, in a class-structured pyramid scheme that promises the end, as it always has been, of America, and it's the number one threat, as it has been since day one, and always been the defense of America since 1776 forward. And now today, America rises to the challenge under the great leadership of President Donald J. Trump and the GOP, who accept things as they are, accept these truths, and are ready to fight tooth and nail. And they are fighting, and they are going to win, because Americans would rather die on their knees than, die on their feet than live on their knees. And that is everything that's America. Canadians will grovel on their knees at the suck hole for the Crown. And I'm sorry, this is a majority truth of all Crown political party affiliated Canadians. If you're a devout conservative, a devout liberal, a devout NDP, Green Bloc, you name it, or you have your provincial Crown parties and you love all of their spins, you are on your knees, living on your knees at the Crown suckhole, ready to take the biggest, dirtiest one in your mouth and in every orifice, because you can't live free, or even look at the prospect of doing such. You don't know how. America's going to teach you. They're going to force you. God bless. That's my video. Share, share, share. All the evidence in the link of the title. Anyone can AI search that. Everything that I have claimed, especially in finance, especially in what is Canada, what Canada did in foreign interference against the United States in the last election for the Canadian Kamala Harris, the raised, corrupted, crown colonial Canadian, is all there for you. Go look at Canada's registered polling companies. Can you find Pierre Poilievre's? Can you find Brookfield Attachments? It's all there. Go look at my posts in the 2024 election and all the polling companies polling against Donald J. Trump. One American company and a crap ton in majority Canadian companies off of that list right here in the link of this title on the evidence supply. And Americans didn't follow or participate. Only Democrats did. Democrats loyal to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, because those polling companies are Canadian. That's right. And the others are either United Kingdom or even Australia or New Zealand. All jewels of the constitutional monarchy system designed to destroy America. A financial system tied exclusively to China and India in specific locations in those countries, the most rampant fentanyl production the world's ever known. The Opium Wars 1 and 2, led by what? The royal family. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Worldwide global drug dealers, the most destructive force on civilizations in all of world history. Oh yeah. Yeah. Those guys. Yeah. Those countries, those pieces. Also the largest source of their immigration. Big surprise. Building drug cartels, building financial corruption systems, all backdoored through Canada with what? The largest integrated system into the United States, where Canadian financial institutions, in this monstrous corruption, in this absolute war on America, killing as many Americans as possible, destroying as much of American society as possible. What? They're all there. All there. Even the polling companies. Where's the Bank of Canada's head office? Where's the Bank of England's head office? Where do all the charter banks get their power from? Where? And where do their head offices overlap? Well, you guys already know all the answers. You should know the answers. I've been preaching and teaching it for at least a decade, a lot of it. 7 years, absolutely. I've nailed all of this. Denied all of these. I've never, ever lied to anyone in my entire life. And you know what's beautiful about this? I could die tomorrow. My work lives on long past my life and forevermore. It will never leave now. AI can't be stopped. And I am just tickled pink. You know, if you asked me this 3 months ago, I would have been the first to go, AI is garbage. I don't want to hear it. Ask Ian Bachman, who loves AI. And, you know, I love it. I love the growth. And I'm the first to admit, beautiful, as I see everything that I can't even articulate as well as that ever could. I'm not a literarian. I've told people I'm a mathematician. God didn't give me those skills, didn't give me language skills. Well, AI gives all of that I don't have, and really paints the accurate picture and even tells you in 95% accuracy. I went from what was called 12% accurate to now 95% accurate. If you don't think I'm tickled pink and just so happy that I don't have to worry that I could be dead tomorrow, like I said, and this will all live on, cemented forevermore. I had the great privilege of at least teaching Grok. I see Ask AI and the others have already upgraded, changed. It's there. Legal Speak is there. My tremendous little gift to so many different avenues and pillars of all societies, but pillars of America and America's institution. You don't think I'm not tickled pink? Thank you, Benjamin Ebley, for being on this journey with me. Jason, I see you there too. I want you to look at a lot of this. I know there's just so much more you got to look at. I know you have, but there's other avenues. And it's hard because we're Canadians. It's hard for Canadians to fathom these things that Americans, it just comes so naturally to. It's why Ben easily transitions into it. He's got a high IQ, and it's easy to transition Ben into it. But, others, even if you do have a high IQ, if you're born, bred Canadian, you're in this system, you're raised in it, raised Oxford, it's very hard for you to transition away because you just don't know any better. And it's everything of the language you've learned and the way you apply it. It's hard to undo that. I'm able to do that. I don't know, God gave me that gift. I'm very fortunate in life. And everybody, it's just a beautiful time right now, a beautiful awakening, I call it, evolution of mankind with the use of AI. And I'm not going to, I take it as a beautiful gift that is being used well and appropriately. Whether people can understand that or if they'll ever understand that, I don't know. But I know that for my children, there's a brighter future. God bless all of you. Yes, down with the crown. That has to be destroyed. And for all intents and purposes, America recognizes it at the highest level, the President of the United States. Absolutely, at all branches of government of the United States, especially important in the financial branch, the judicial branch. So God bless us, each and every one. This is going to change. It's going to change in my lifetime. And more important, my children's lifetime. Share, share, share. Get it out there. Never lose hope. Never lose hope. Share. Get it out there. Show the world. Bye now.